Take a seat, everyone, and welcome to Random Info Corner. I am your host, Meanie Tiny, and today we'll be talking about animated teachers with fishhooks and the amazing world of Gumball. Before we start, I would like to say thank you to all the teachers out there. I would also like to remind everyone that teacher appreciation isn't only limited to teachers. It also includes other staff members like the custodial, kitchen, and librarians, to name a few. With that being said, let us begin our differences and comparisons. First off, we have the network the shows came from. There is Fishhooks from Disney, and there is The Amazing World of Gumball from Cartoon Network. We can already tell that there are big differences with how the staff will be portrayed. With Disney, the staff is cheerful, but a bit silly. With Cartoon Network, the staff is grumpy, but they do tend to speak the truth. A good example would be the beginning from both episodes that I will recommend. From Fishhooks, there is Season 2, Episode 29, Principal B. And from The Amazing World of Gumball, there is Season 4, Episode 23, The Advice. The staff may look and act different, but they do have some similarities. For starters, they each have their main teacher that the main characters will have to interact, because going to school is a part of their daily routine. For Fishhooks, we have Mr. Baldwin, a teacher who would rather have a different job than the one he currently has. Regardless of how he may act, he actually cares about his students, or at least enough for them to graduate so that he won't have to see them again. For The Amazing World of Gumball, we have Miss Simeon, a teacher who yells at her students regardless if they are following the rules or not. Though most of her time is spent trying to prove that the main character is up to no good. When it comes to the other staff members, we have Mr. Muscles from Fishhooks, a teacher who also has a loud voice, but he actually yells positive things to the students, no matter how scared his voice makes them feel. A minor teacher would have to be Dr. Frog. He is the only amphibian teacher in the school and also teaches multiple classes such as journalism, woodshop, and French class, to name a few. He is very humorous with his students and sometimes makes you question why he is teaching some of these classes that he might not know about. Speaking of amphibians, The Amazing World of Gumball also has an anthropomorphic amphibian teacher named Mr. Cornet. He too is a minor teacher, but he is more of a relaxed teacher who doesn't do much, even when things get hectic. Another staff member who also has various jobs would have to be Rocky. From being a bus driver to a custodial, he is actually pretty cheerful and is easy to befriend, though at times he does tend to be a bit foolish. Switching over to PE, we have Coach Salmons from Fishhooks. He is very enthusiastic and almost always has a smile on his face. Plus, he shows us just how agile he truly is. As for The Amazing World of Gumball, we have Coach Russo. She, and yes, Coach is a woman, is very monotone and tells us that she has already won golden medals. Regardless of what she may tell us, she does not show us any signs of being athletic. Moving onwards to the counselors, we have Miss Lips from Fishhooks. She is very spacey and sometimes doesn't really say the most helpful things. As for The Amazing World of Gumball, we have Mr. Small, who also doesn't say the most helpful things. He is a hippie, but regardless, he actually wants to help the students, no matter how weird he may be. Another similarity they do have is that they each also teach a class. While our teachers in real life are not cartoon characters, it is interesting to say that many of these characters portray some of the teachers we've had over our school days. From the lazy to the energetic, each staff member is unique in their own way. Comment in the section below and tell us what kind of teachers you had. Personally, I had many Dr. Frogs in my school. As always, you can look in the description box below. Share this knowledge with other people who might be interested. And remember, I got your back. This has been your host, Meanie Tiny, wishing you an appreciated day.